Oh my God. She is a pretty girl.
Here in Spain, I met a galgo for the very first time, and they were living on the streets. They were everywhere, and even though they were living in the garbage, eating garbage, skinny, hungry, looking so pathetic, I just completely fell in love with these dogs. To me, they were so noble, majestic, like some kind of royalty. I saw them how they should be, and I had to find out why they were on the streets. Where were they coming from? Why was there so many? These dogs were just incredible. Why were they being treated this way? I moved to Spain with my husband and young children to escape the British weather. The winters were so brutal, and we had a connection with Spain because my late father-in-law was a bullfighter. My husband is actually Spanish. So I knew a little bit about the animal cruelty here before coming, but I had no idea about the problems with dog abandonment. Galgos are an ancient breed of sighthounds that were once held really high up in society, yet somehow they've ended up as complete garbage here in Spain. Just every year, tens of thousands thrown away, completely disposable. And why is that? Because they're no longer useful for hunting. They're used for competitions here to hunt hare. When they're not good enough, or maybe they were never good enough, they're thrown away, they're not needed, they're not wanted. They're thousands, tens of thousands are bred purely for this reason, to hunt. It's like breeding to win the lottery. They want to find the one good galgo to hunt, but tens of thousands get thrown away as a consequence of that. Really, I had to make a choice. If I'm going to stay in Spain, I have to help these dogs. I wanted to help these dogs. I decided to dedicate my whole life to making a difference here. So in 2011, I founded Galgos del Sol. Just started picking them up off the streets, bringing them home, taking them to the vets, and it just all went from there. At one point, we had 70 galgos living in fincas that we decided to rent. My young children and husband would help me look after them. It was pretty crazy, not sustainable, but we could not turn away from these dogs. They really needed us. 5 years later, after a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice, many tears, hundreds of galgos had passed through our home. We decided it was time to start raising money to build a proper professional facility so that it would be more sustainable, so that we could help even more of these hounds and start to educate the public. We managed to buy the land and start building the facilities because of our thousands of social media followers, but we still have a very long way to go. But to be this far is already way beyond expectations. The centre holds on average 160 dogs at any one time, so it's really important that the centre runs like a well-oiled machine. Every day, everybody needs to be in position. They need to know what they have to do. They need to do it well. These are lives we're talking about, so there's a lot of organisation involved in running something as big as this. We don't just rescue galgos, we also rescue other breeds of hunting dogs like Podencos. Okay, Simon, take a look at the wound, it's terrible. This is how we find so many of these poor dogs. Come on, let's get you to the vets. Let's get you to the vets. And they usually come in physically injured, emotionally traumatized. The first step is that we get them to a vet, so we give them a nice meal, we keep them safe.
El problema no es solo el destrozo del hueso, el problema es que lleva abierto durante mucho tiempo y la infección, toda esta zona está infectada y está desvitalizada, está muerta, el hueso muerto.
Good girl.
The kennels is only a temporary situation. The ultimate goal is that they go to a home. So we have to work very hard on our socialization techniques. We have behaviorists that come in and work hard with the dogs, including the young puppies. It's really important that these dogs are ready and able to cope with new homes because it's something they've never had before.
So we know that in rescue that so many dogs end up in this environment when they're about 7 or 8 months old because they lack the social behaviours to be a nice pet for our owners.
People should really consider adopting a galgo because they're wonderful, loyal, sensitive companions. They don't need the exercise that people think that they do. They don't need to run miles every day. They're actually 40-mile-an-hour couch potatoes. They love to sleep. They're lazy dogs. They're lazy, they're cuddly. A happy galgo is like a little clown. They're really great companions and people should absolutely consider adopting one if they're ready to have a dog.
Well, I was used to greyhounds back in the UK, not that I owned any, but just applied to the greyhounds. And then coming out here, I think we saw something online about the galgos. I'd not had a big dog for a long time and I was just very intrigued. So we went along and just fell in love with them almost immediately. Pretty much the perfect companion. They are big dogs, but around the house you don't really notice they're there. They're quite majestic. They sleep a lot of the time, and when they do go out running, they tend to have a burst and then want to go back to bed again. So no, they're the perfect companion. Absolutely adore them.
Cuando la vi a ella, pues me enamoré.
Sí.
Y se lo dije a Sara. Y
teníamos idea de adoptar otro galgo, entonces también muchas veces te tienes que dejar aconsejar por las protectoras. Y vimos a Silvana y dijimos, ostras, pues no nos lo pensamos, es una pasada de perra. Tuvimos que acondicionar un poquito la casa también porque, bueno, en la visita a preadopción pues nos recomendaron que fuera la valla de unos 2 metros, entonces tuvimos que acondicionarla. Cada vez más gente está abriendo los ojos y está viendo la realidad de que son unos perros muy maltratados, de que no es justo y de que realmente pueden convivir perfectamente en pisos, en casas, todo tipo de entornos familiares.
The education program was put in place. We were very passionate about that as part of the solution to this problem. We wanted to jump off the wheel of rescue, rehome, because it's going nowhere, it's just going on and on. So the education is a very important part of the work Galgos del Sol does. We need to teach children to develop empathy towards a dog's needs. We hope in the long run that this will reduce the number of dogs abandoned, not just Galgos and Podencos, but any breed of dog.
Okay, group 2.
Nuestro proyecto educativo se dedica principalmente a realizar talleres tanto en colegios como en nuestro propio refugio en el aula de educación. Aproximadamente 400 niños reciben nuestros talleres cada mes. Vamos a ver por aquí, parece que por aquí hay muchos árboles y se están muy quietos. Muy bien, muy bien.
The Galgos del Sol team I referred to as the A-team. They are incredibly hard-working, passionate, loyal. Their hearts are really in this job. It's not a job, it's a lifestyle. It's a 24-hour, round-the-clock working day.
Morning. Rough night. Completely flooded. I'm really worried for today.
Okay, we have a great team here to sort this out. We've got to go back for the boy yesterday. We were so close to getting him and we need to go now.
Okay.
Okay, have you got the food ready?
Yeah, let's
The dogs are all okay?
The dogs are all okay and we have a great team that will look after them.
Okay, let's go. It's very exciting to have a team for the first time. We have paid members of staff, which is very important for the cleaning and the jobs that need to be done well consistently on a daily basis. We also have a lot of volunteers, locally and internationally. People come from all over the world to come and help us, from Australia, from the USA, from the EU. It's really the volunteers and the team that make a difference on a daily basis to these dogs to get them ready for new homes. There's a lot that's gone into the centre so far, but we still have a long way to go. We need to build a veterinary clinic, we need to build a maternity ward to keep the mum and puppies safe. We'd like to build a quiet zone for the traumatised dogs. There's still a lot to go to finish this centre, and we're really hoping that people continue to support us.
When we moved to Spain, I heard about the plight of the galgos and really wanted to adopt one to help in a very small way, to help some of the galgos and the dogs that are abandoned. When we first got her, she was very quiet, she didn't bark, she was just generally very quiet, but now she is such a character. She's full of life, she loves other people, she loves dogs, she just loves everything about life.
We're making a really big difference to the lives of these dogs, and through our education we're helping the community become a lot more compassionate, which is going to help in so many ways, not just for the animals. We really need people to continue to support us. We need to go further. We need to rescue more dogs from the streets, educate more children so that we can put a stop to what's happening. We really need people to join this journey to help us make the change.